Today's video is about the chocolate challenge. These are not for me, these are for my students. They've earned some chocolate. I do a fun thing with students very infrequently, maybe once every 3 or 4 years, sometimes a little bit more, but really it's something for special occasions, and I call it the chocolate challenge. So this is not for the student that is struggling. This is not the reward. This is not an incentive to practice. This is for the student that's firing on all cylinders. They're working hard. The relationship is strong. They're progressing beautifully. And you have one little thing that you came up in their lesson and you said, you know what? If you really focus this week, you can get this in 7 days. But it's a leap, it's a stretch. It's something that they would need a little extra support to really make happen in just 7 days. And I call those chocolate challenges. So I offer them and I say, hey, if you can get this, whatever that is, by next lesson, I buy you chocolate. And I take an order and I say, I'll buy any type that you want. But I make it a two-way street. I said, if you don't get it by the next week, you have to buy me chocolate. And then of course they're always like, oh, sure, no problem. But then I bring up, hey, not your parents' money, you have to use your own money, and I only like the expensive type. So they have a little bit of skin in the game. And again, this is done only when we're really working in a very strong relationship, the music is progressing, and it's a way for that student to just find another level of their potential, just to give them a little bit of a push to find out what's possible to do in 1 week. So 2 of my students are cashing in on that this week. That's why these are here. But I want to talk a little bit more about reward. There's always intrinsic versus extrinsic. So we're ultimately going for it to be the inner satisfaction. However, when I went back to school 6 years ago, I started taking things like math classes, and it's a 30-something-year-old brain, and it was hard. It was extremely hard. And I started using rewards for myself. And I said, hey, Heather, if you get an A, you can buy yourself a pair of earrings. And in those moments when I was so extremely challenged, I would give myself a brain break and I would just go shopping on Etsy or online, and I would just look at earrings or whatever I had agreed. It was jewelry for a long time. And it was just enough for me to have a little bit of a break from me getting frustrated or thinking I can't do this, or struggling, it's always going to be hard. So I didn't habituate that, and it just gave a really fun way for me to alleviate. And I had a plan in place for when the challenge arose, which inherently did. So rewards are a sensitive thing, and I think they're a very, very slippery slope. But the chocolate challenge is something that I've used to be kind of personal. It gives a little bit of a structure to help a student find their new level. It makes it a little playful. And it's just something that I do personally in my studio. So I want to hear from you. What do you do in your studio? When I was growing up, my teacher had us take her out to lunch. That was our reward. What creative things do you do to make your teaching special? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.